Have you ever wondered why that 90-minute slot on your weekend feels more like a chore than a thrill lately? We've all been there, staring at the screen, watching 800 sideways passes, and wondering if we are watching world-class athletes or a highly efficient corporate meeting. The magic that once made us fall in love with the beautiful game feels like it is being suffocated by clipboards and spreadsheets. If you were tired of the safe play and missed the days when a single moment of individual brilliance could stop time, then you've landed in the right place. Here at Sportx Radar, we're rescanning the horizon of the football world to find out exactly who stole the soul of our sport, and more importantly, if we can ever get it back. Don't just sit there like a static defender. Hit that subscribe button and join our tactical revolution in the comments as we dissect the death of the Joga Bonito. The evolution of football has turned from a canvas of art into a laboratory of cold, hard science. Back in the day, formations were almost chaotic experiments. Remember the 2-3-5 or the classic WM? They weren't perfect, but they provided the space for the fantasista to breathe. When the 1970s hit, total football changed everything. But it did so with a sense of fluid beauty where everyone was everywhere. Fast forward to the late 90s, and we were living in the golden age of the number 10. Every team had a wizard: Zidane, Del Piero, Hagi, Totti. These guys didn't need to track back 40 yards to slide tackle a wingback. They were there to provide the magic. They were the reason we tuned in. But then, the tactical obsession shifted. Coaches started prioritizing control over creativity, and the first victim of this new world order was the classic playmaker. The real shift began with the rise of the Makelele role. Suddenly, managers realized that the easiest way to win wasn't to outskill the opponent, but to simply stop them from playing. The 2004 Euros with Greece was the ultimate proof of concept. A team that parked the bus and won a major trophy by being organized and, let's be honest, incredibly boring to watch. This opened the floodgates for the bus parking era. While it brought trophies to the likes of Jose Mourinho and Diego Simeone, it turned the game into a chess match where neither player wanted to move their pieces. Every inch of the pitch became a zone to be guarded, and the flair players who relied on intuition were suddenly told they were tactical liabilities. The game became about physical endurance and defensive geometry rather than the audacity to try a nutmeg or a 30-yard screamer. Then came Pep Guardiola and the Tiki-Taka revolution. At first, it was mesmerizing, a masterpiece of movement. But as every other team tried to copy the blueprint without having the genius of Xavi or Iniesta, it devolved into what critics call death by 1,000 passes. Footballers have become specialized cogs in a massive machine. Today, if a young player tries an unconventional dribble and loses the ball, they are benched. The modern coach demands 99% pass completion. This safety-first culture has turned potential magicians into passing outlets. We see teams with 70% possession, but 0 shots on target, and it's driving us crazy. The individuality is being ironed out in the academies. We're reproducing complete players who can run 12 kilometers a night, but can beat a man one-on-one because they've been taught that the system is more important than the spark. Even the legends of the past agree. Think about it. If a young Ronaldinho or a teenage Maradona showed up at a top European academy today, would they be allowed to be themselves? Or would a coach tell them to stop holding the ball too long and stick to the tactical plan? The Industrialization of the sport means there is too much money on the line to take risks. Big clubs want guaranteed results, not moments. And then there's VAR, the ultimate passion killer. You score a last-minute winner, the stadium explodes, and then you wait. 3 minutes of drawing lines on a screen later, the goal is disallowed for a toenail being offside. The raw emotional peak of the sport is being traded for a clinical accuracy that feels robotic. We've traded the hand of God for the finger of the algorithm. So, where does this leave us? Is the game dead, or is it just evolving into something we haven't learned to love yet? While the physical output is higher than ever, and the athletes are faster and stronger, we are losing the human element of the game. The mistakes, the gambles, and the sheer joy of the unpredictable. At Sportx Radar, we believe football is at its best when it's a bit messy, a bit wild, and completely unpredictable. We want to see the next generation of rebels who refuse to be just another machine part. The question is, are we willing to trade a little bit of tactical perfection for a whole lot of soul? Football is a game of hearts, not just heat maps. If you've made it this far, it means you still care about the spirit of this sport as much as we do. We want to hear from you. Has the tactical brain of modern coaches finally killed the fun, or are you a fan of this high-speed robotic era? Is there a specific player today who still gives you that old-school thrill? Drop your hottest takes in the comments below. We respond to everyone because, unlike modern football, we actually value individual voices. If you enjoyed this deep dive, do us a huge favor. Smash that like button and share this with a friend who still watches 1990s highlights on repeat. Stay tuned to Sportx Radar for more deep field analysis. And remember, don't just watch the game, see through the tactics.